Welcome back to Virtual Reality. My name is Thomas and you're watching VoodooDE VR. Today I have another VR headset review for you. I have the Vive Focus 3 here, and this is a standalone VR headset. You don't have to connect it to PC or console. You can just use it like it is, but you can also use it wireless or via cable and play PC VR games. So the price is 1,400 euros, so this is a lot. So let's see what we can expect from this device. I will show you all the tests that you are used to see in my reviews, and I hope this is interesting. You can find everything about VR and AR on this channel thanks to my sponsors, Woodcus VR, Oppermann Events, Peter Wasmeier, Virtual Escape and Slim Beats. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
So let's check out the design short. I already showed that in the unboxing. So this is it feels really good. This headset, it feels pretty light and also good quality. So I think when I drop it, it will not break, but I will not try it. What I dislike is this this surface here. You can see the fingerprints already. That's pretty ugly. I don't like this kind of surface here, but yeah, it's fine. What I really like is here the design of the head strap, that the battery is here at the back and has a counterweight. Then I love here the sound slots. It looks pretty cool, and the Vive logo here. One thing that I noticed is that this part here is very, you see that? It's very loose. It just, when you grab your headset sometimes here, then it can fall down because it's so, the magnet is not very strong here. And this is perhaps a little problem, but everything else, I think it's fine. It's a good headset, but the design, of course, it's not really important. Let's talk about comfort and weight. So the weight of the Vive Focus 3, including the battery that's inside here, is 774 grams. When you compare it with the Quest 2 with the Elite strap, it's heavier. The Quest 2 with the Elite strap is 624 grams. 25? I don't know. Yes, 25. And it's a little bit heavier, but it's absolutely no problem because the weight is spreaded very, very good here with the battery at the back. And when we want to wear it, then just push this up, put it on your face, down, and then use the screw here, and then the strap, and then you're good to go. It's very comfortable. I must say it's perfect, I would say. It feels really good, it feels light, and I think that was never a problem of the HTC headsets. They are all comfortable, and the same with the Vive Focus 3. It's really, really comfortable. Yeah, the setup is pretty easy. We have an app that's available for iOS and Android. It looks like this is the Vive manager here. You can find all the apps here, as you can see, and then you can connect your headset here. And this is the setup progress, so you have to connect to a Wi-Fi, of course. Then you will have to connect or sync the controllers. And there I had a problem. The left controller didn't connect to my Vive Focus 3. I didn't know why, but then I saw there is a firmware update available. I made this, then the Vive Focus 3 restarted, and after that it works. I don't know what the problem was there, but now it works. And then you get some security advice and stuff, and then you have to do the room setup. And this is completely a copy of the Quest 2 setup. That means you have to align the floor. So put one controller on the floor, and after that, just with the laser pointer, you draw your room on the floor, and then you have your room setup, and that's cool. And after that, you are in the home environment, and you can check out, you can install the apps, you can do some settings, and you can start with all the stuff. Okay guys, now let's talk about a very important thing, but I will not show it to you. This has a reason. So I considered, should I do this again, or or not, filming through the lens and all the stuff. But for me, it doesn't make sense because I already reviewed the Vive Pro 2 and it has the exact same display and the exact same lenses here. And that means everything is completely the same. And if you want to check it out, then check out the info cards now. I will put the Vive Pro 2 review and then go in this video, go on the timestamps and go on display. And then you can see my opinion and some screenshots and all the stuff for the Vive Pro 2. It's the same than the Vive Focus 3. So I will tell it to you anyway. So the resolution of this headset is awesome. We have no screen door effect. You don't see any pixels, and the display in the middle of the view is very sharp. It's totally crisp and it's great. But also the colors and the black levels are good. There is absolutely no problem with that. But when it comes to the sweet spot, it's crazy. It's just so bad. So the first thing, when you wear it, when you switch it on, you can switch it on, where's the, here. Push that for 3 seconds and then it's switched on. And then you will see the Vive logo and some text there. And even then, you cannot even read the text correct because it's so blurry. It's not sharp. Only in the middle of your view you can see sharp, and that's crazy. I mean, this thing is 1,400 euro, and I expect that the display is sharp everywhere and not only in the middle. So the sweet spot, even when you read huge text or when you play some games, everything at the side of the display is blurry, it's not sharp, and this is not good. Yeah, so it's the same with the Vive Pro 2 than with the Vive Focus 3. So that's really bad, and the only difference is to the Vive Pro 2, this one has 90 Hertz and the Vive Pro 2 has 120 Hertz. So I don't see the difference anyway, but if you love higher Hertz, then please notice the Vive Focus 3 has only 90 Hertz. And the next thing that I disliked, I will not tell you any values about field of view because you know the discussion in the internet. It's crazy. It really depends on the shape of your head, on the eye distance, how far the eyes are in your head and stuff. So everybody has different values. So I will not show you any values anymore. If you want to see it, go to my Vive Pro 2 review. So as you can see, the lenses here, they are not round. They are like slots. You see that? And that's what I really dislike. It feels like you are watching through a Kylo Ren helmet, like with the Vive Pro 2. And I mean, the horizontal field of view is okay. It's fine. But the vertical, it's shrinked. It looks like it's squished. And then it feels like you are watching through a Kylo Ren helmet. And I don't like that. I don't like that. It kills the immersion. I prefer other headsets that have round displays like the old Vive Pro or the Quest 2 or whatever. Then you have a bigger vertical field of view and this is much more immersive. So display is okay, sweet spot is bad, and the field of view is also bad. So this is what I can tell you, and I expect from such an expensive headset that it is perfect in this category, but it's not. And that's not good, to be honest. Also the performance, when we talk about this, it's exactly the same. You can also watch my Vive Pro 2 review there. This is the same. We need a strong PC, and when we want to do it on high resolution and everything on high, we need a strong PC. You can do that via cable or wireless streaming with the Vive business streaming software. And then you need exactly the same PC then with the Vive Pro 2 for the performance. Yeah, let's check out the controllers. Look at this. So they are looking the same like the old Oculus Touch controllers from the Quest 1 or Rift S. and yeah, they feel pretty good. They are a little bit longer than the touch controllers here, but that's not a big problem. It's good for bigger hands. And let's check out one controller here. Here we have the X and Y button. On the other controllers is A and B. Then we have a options button. On the other controller there's the Vive button to go to the Vive menu. Then we have thumbsticks here, and it clicks really good in all directions, not like with the index controllers at the beginning. And then we have the trigger button here. It has a good click point here, and also the grip button. And I cannot complain about this. They are light. They are really light. We have this strap here, and it works good. It feels good. About the battery time later. So I can absolutely not complain about the controllers. So what about accessories that you can connect with the Vive Focus 3? Of course, there is not much, because this is a standalone headset, and therefore you can not connect any like a Vive tracker for full body tracking. So you cannot have full body tracking, some adapters or stuff on your hands and feet. It doesn't work because it has camera tracking and no lighthouse tracking. So no equipment, no weapons or stuff that you can use with the Vive Focus 3. But I think that's clear. It's a standalone headset. Only thing is, here is a USB-C connector with the magnet. That's pretty cool. But I have no idea what they will bring. Perhaps they can use some face tracking or something like that later. But yeah, that's it so far. There is no full body tracking or accessories in this way. So let's talk about a topic that normally is not so interesting, but with this headset it is, because let's talk about heat development. So when I play with this headset, it's not a big problem with the heat, not more than with other headsets, but there is a slot here where the air comes out, and guess who's producing the air? A fan. Yeah, a fan, and this fan is pretty loud, to be honest. I didn't expect that. It's not as loud as with the Manova headset that feels like a hairdryer, but this one is not so loud, but you can hear it, and it brings me a little bit out of the immersion, to be honest. You can hear it, and it's disturbing, and sometimes the fan runs even in the menu, yeah, just in the home environment. I think, why is he doing that? Because it's not much performance needed there. But yeah, I tried to record it. Let's hear a little bit of the fan. Yeah, so of course it's a little bit different because I hold the recorder here and your ears are here, but you will hear it during the gameplay, and it's not so good, to be honest. Yeah, that's about heat development. Let's talk about the removable parts here. Of course, you can remove the face cover here. It's magnetic, like with Valve Index or Reverb G2, but it's a little bit, the magnet is not very strong, but yeah, during gameplay it's not a big problem. You cannot remove the leather material from the plastic inlay. That doesn't work, but here you can clean it very good, so there's everything reachable. You can clean that from the inside, and then on the other side you can remove the bag here of the head, the cover. And then we have the battery here. You see that? There's the battery. And we can remove it by holding these two buttons and then just pull it out. And here we have the battery. You can also clean it very good here. You can swap the batteries for your VR arcade or whatever business stuff. Yeah, and this is the parts you can remove. So that's good. You can clean it. You can switch the battery. That's awesome. Yeah, what many people are interested is the pass-through camera. So we have 4 cameras here, and if you want to see your real environment during playing or during whatever, then on the right controller, click the Vive logo button twice, click, click, and then you can see your real environment. You can orientate, you can do stuff and whatever. And this is a good solution. It works pretty good with the black and white camera view of your real environment. Yeah, let's do a glasses test here with this big sunglasses. So there's one thing that the Vive Focus 3 doesn't have. You cannot switch the or adjust the distance between the lenses and your eyes. That doesn't work. There's no wheel or whatever. It's different with the Vive Pro 2 or the Valve Index. Perhaps you can do that. Here you cannot do it. But when you try it here with the sunglasses, it works. The glasses do not touch the lenses. That's not a problem. So you can do that. Only thing, I have some reflections here because there's a little bit of light leakage at the side. So yeah, because of the glasses, you can see some reflections, but I think that's fine. You can use this kind of glasses in the Vive Focus 3, not a problem. Let's talk about the connectors that the Vive Focus 3 have. So the first thing is, here is the power. You will insert the power adapter here, and I don't like it because it's an extra adapter that you need to your power plug, and I wish that this would be a USB-C, but it's not. So you have to use the original cable there to charge the battery, and you cannot charge it with one cable. So I tried to charge the battery at the same time with the USB-C port, the two controllers, but that doesn't work. You have to put different plugs for the controllers and the headset. Then on the right side, yeah, we have the USB-C and audio jack here for your own headphones. And on the bottom we have this cover here. Here's another USB-C plug for, I think, for face tracking and other stuff in the future. You can use that. And behind the face cover, here is a slot for a micro SD card. And there you can put some stuff like the movies or files or app files. So you can use it standalone. You can just load the files, and that's pretty cool. And then, of course, it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Let's talk about tracking. This is very important, of course. And I tried Rec Room, of course, because you can stand in front of a mirror. And then I tried the range in front of me, and this is absolutely no problem. It has a huge range with the 4 cameras. You can play on the controllers on the floor and on the over your head. Behind your back, of course, it doesn't work. That's normal. And when you hold the controllers in front of each other, there's also not many problems. It works really good. Only when you hold it directly in front of the cameras before your headset here, then there are some little problems. But all in all, the tracking is really much better than the Windows Mixed Reality tracking from HP Reverb, for example. And it's as good as the Quest 2 tracking, I would say. Only thing is, when you place some different items in your room, when some people come into your room, or when you change the location, then sometimes he's losing the room tracking, and he says, oh, you have to configure the room tracking new. And if you move to 2 different rooms that are already set up, then sometimes it takes up to 10 seconds before the Vive Focus 3 recognizes the place. And that's too long. The Quest instantly recognizes that, for example. But all in all, the tracking is really good with the Vive Focus 3. Let's talk about IPD adjustment. We have a wheel here, and then we can choose stepless. There are no different steps. It's just from 57 millimeters to 72 millimeters. And that's awesome. During that, we see some green lines and the current value. And this is really good. So I have no problems, and the range is good for most people. Battery time. So I tried a lot of different stuff to have a good mix. For example, surfing in the menu, surfing in the browser, watching some movies, playing some standalone games, playing some Steam VR streaming games. So a good mix. I had a battery life of about 2 hours, the same that HTC shows on their homepage. And I think that's pretty fine. You can exchange the battery here, put a new one in, and normally this is fine for a standalone headset. I mean, it has to calculate all the stuff here. Let's talk about sound and microphone. So there are two microphones. Here is one and here is one. And we have the slots here for the speakers here and on the other side as well. And as you can guess, with the sound is of course not so awesome because we have only the slots here, and you cannot compare it with the Valve Index or Reverb G2. They are much better. So they have no powerful bass. For example, when you shoot a weapon or whatever, it's not so powerful. But I didn't expect that. So for business customers, it's great to have a presentation or what. It's clear, you can hear everything. But of course, don't expect a powerful sound here. For the microphone, whoa! Thanks HTC, finally, finally, how could this happen? This is a pretty good microphone. I never expected that. So when you see the past of HTC microphones, they suck. We have to be honest here, but this one is not so bad. Let's check it out.
Welcome back to virtual reality. This is a microphone test with the Vive Focus 3. Let's do some popping sounds and breathe. And let's scream a little bit here. I'm looking forward to hear the results.
Yeah, so as you can see, there are no popping sounds or no scratching like with the other microphone of the Vive Pro 2, for example. So this is good. I had to record it with a smartphone here on the speakers because there is actually currently no way to copy the internal files to somewhere else. When you connect it to USB, you can only do streaming, but the internal files are not accessible. I don't know why. Perhaps I will find it out soon. But for now, when you record something, it goes to the internal storage, and then you cannot copy it anywhere, not to the SD card or elsewhere. I didn't find a way, however, but when you record something, it also records the microphone and the in-game sound, and that's good. You can do really good recordings with that. And as you heard, the microphone is okay. So the sound is medium quality and the microphone is pretty good. Finally. Let's talk about streaming, and this is a cool feature. So you have to install the Vive Business Streaming app inside the headset and on your PC. You don't need the VivePort software on your PC, and that's good because I don't like the VivePort software. It has some problems. The Vive streaming software is only a small tool that runs in the background. You can choose the quality, you can choose the bandwidth with the software, and then you just install Steam VR, then open the app here, it recognizes your PC, connect, and then you can play all the games. Of course, I tried Half-Life Alyx, and that was absolutely no problem. There's no delay with wireless, absolutely cool. There are some artifacts in dark environments, of course, like always with wireless streaming, but all in all, you can play all the stuff on Steam VR, but as this is a new headset, the controller config sometimes is not available. For example, when I played Rec Room, I had to align the controller buttons for myself before it works. But this is normal with new headsets. It will get better over time. So all in all, you can do that wireless, 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, or you can just do this via cable. I think the official Vive streaming cable is 5 meters long and costs $80, but you can of course use other USB-C cables there as well. So wireless and wired is available. This is a pretty cool feature, the streaming. Okay, now you've seen a lot of stuff. Let's come to a conclusion. I just want to tell you the pro and contra again. So on pro side, we have good comfort, good display, no screen door effect, at least when you watch in the middle of the view, a good tracking. The streaming is a good feature. You can stream wireless and via cable, and IPD adjustment is also very, very good. On the contra side, we have the very bad sweet spot. Everything is blurred in the outside of your view. Bad field of view, it feels squished. Then we have a very loud fan. For me, that was very distracting. It killed a little bit the immersion. For some people, that might not be a problem. For me, I noticed that, especially when it's going off and on and off and on during different activities. That I didn't like that. The price, of course, we have to put on the contra side, and the store. So it can never compete with the Oculus Quest store. So in the Vive mobile store, I think there are only around 20 apps now, and this is nothing special. Some business apps for presentation and stuff, nearly no good games. And on the Quest store, you have hundreds of games. So there is nothing you can do. You can try to sideload stuff, because you can activate install unknown sources like in Android, and then on the SD card you can put some apps and try to install that. It will not work with all apps, but you can try it. But all in all, the store is not good. There's nothing you can do, even for business customers. So to come to a conclusion, the price is $1,300, and this is too much. I mean, of course, this is not for gamers. This is a business headset. But when I consider I would be a business customer, why would I choose the Vive Focus 3 over the Quest 2? It's $1,000 more, and then there should be everything fine, like a good sweet spot, perfect field of view and stuff, but it's not. And therefore, I cannot even recommend it for business customers, because $1,000 more, it's just no. The only thing is, you are not forced to use Facebook, of course. You are not forced to go on social media with the Vive Focus 3. And this is, of course, one thing that might come in handy for some people, especially for the Asian market. I think Facebook is not available there or something like that. So this is a good alternative for the Quest 2. But if you really absolutely hate Facebook, then this might be something for you. But for all other people, I would definitely not recommend this. It's too expensive. So guys, that was my very honest and brutal review. And as you can see, my reviews are really honest and brutal. So when you remember when my Vive Pro 2 review was released, there was a huge shitstorm. Oh, Voodoo is not, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He talks everything bad and stuff. And 2 weeks later, when people got their headset at home, they said, damn, Voodoo was right. I sent it back. It sucks. So guys, I promise you I will have the honest and brutalest review ever. So make sure to subscribe. And if you want to support me, then do this via Patreon or YouTube membership. You get behind the scenes videos and early access to my videos. Thumbs up, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya.
VoodooDE